Hello and welcome to the False Prophets podcast. I'm Phil Risden.
And I'm Manny Perez.
And we're just here to welcome you to the new episode, the first ever edition of a sober False Prophets podcast. You know, guys, this is a really fun time because, you guys, obviously you started listening and you realize every time you listen, like, wow, these guys, they're different than the rest, like we try to bring that. We try to give that to you guys, and one thing we do is we try to be real with you guys. We usually start off with having a little bit of a slogan saying we don't know anything that we're talking about.
Yep.
And this, that, and third. That's the first way we look out for you. The second way is letting you in behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Right?
We're just,
don't we usually...
You see just us, like, using all our vices at once.
Exactly.
We use our needles behind stage.
We're usually getting, like, fucked up. This guy, he's we call him the table coordinator. He has to, he brings the IPAs, he brings, whatever else. I usually have some chips and all that shit. I usually have some fucking bud there too, so shit is, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty solid. But this time we decided to.
Yeah, so this might be a boring podcast.
Maybe. Is it just the booze?
Yeah,
is it just the drugs that make us interesting? We'll find out.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are yelling at the fucking screen right now going, yes, that's why. You guys suck. Any other, you guys are terrible.
Yeah.
Get fucked up. That's the only way that you're good. But we're here to give you a good, solid podcast. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good, man. Had a busy day, but anything else? I mean, it's pretty good. We had some burgers in the back.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Trying to do some pre-production and stuff like that, but we're here to continue that. So.
Well, yeah,
How you feeling, buddy?
I don't know. I'm feeling good. I mean, you mentioned we did have some burgers in the back, and that was because I wanted to go outside. I wanted to feel the sun on my face. Just a little bit, just because I've been having a rough day. I've been dealing with some bad things. I've heard a lot of just really sad news, and there's this whole Ukraine thing, there's all these mass shootings, there's famine across the world, but the most saddest thing is Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey broke up today. Yeah. And now I don't know if God is real.
What the fuck?
My mind is slowly dying. I called you. I didn't know. He doesn't even know. He thought I called him over here to record a podcast. I called him over here because I needed moral support.
Yeah, man.
So
these are tears, by the way.
Yes.
My shirt is wet because he just needed a shoulder and a tit to cry on. Bless you.
Yeah. Those aren't grease stains. They're from the burgers. Those are my tears. Over that. I mean, I just wonder. Michael B. Jordan. I feel bad for him right now, and I just wonder.
He looks sad as fuck at the game
sad.
the other day.
He does.
He was at the Warriors game, and it's just like the camera was on him.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Sorry. See how worried he is about me? This is what you need in a co-host. Yes. Yeah.
No, but yeah, he was at the Warriors game the other day, and man, like this guy, like when they showed the camera on him, he was just like, like that uncomfortable smile that everybody they're like.
He's like, if she's watching this, she needs to know that I'm okay.
No,
yeah. Right. We've all had that smile.
Nah, every
I'm good.
Anytime you break up,
you
gotta be
over
like,
here.
How like they be like, how like Drake sends like those texts. I hope your mom is doing okay. That type of shit. And like Michael B. Jordan is the face that you would make when you're sending that text. That's it.
Yeah, he's
just say like, I'm good, but I hope you're doing better.
Yeah, he's that type of guy. Like he's in that phase where it's like you love a woman so bad you're trying to like spark a relationship with her father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that type of shit. Like he just thinks like he got dumped, but he's trying to connect with the family, so maybe they'll reach out. He's in that zone right now.
I can imagine just Steve Harvey like, listen here, boy.
Yeah.
What happened between you two? Huh? Let me talk to. Where's Lori?
Survey says go the fuck home.
Survey says you ain't shit. With the mustache.
God damn.
Yeah, man. But it's funny because it's
Going
like I just imagine like Future right now writing a track, for Lori Harvey. Like you should have stayed.
Yeah, right.
Some shit like that.
You know what? Though this stuff like it does. In a way, it makes you sad. But also too, it's like everybody goes through this.
Yeah.
And what's even better though is a part of me is happy to know that hot people also go through this.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
It doesn't matter how hot you are or how much money you have. Somebody's gonna leave you and think that you're not worth anything, and that might be the meaning of life. right then and there. That might be the true meaning, where it's just like nobody ain't shit, so just live your life and do the best you can.
Yeah, you know what's funny, because I was thinking about this. That has to be so uncomfortable. You being famous, that your business is just gonna be out there, all the time,
and you can like never look like a fool, like. But think about it, like, you know, for other women, right? When Beyonce, you know, came out getting cheated on, how like hurtful, but also like liberating that was.
Yeah.
It's like Beyonce is just like me.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is I'm just like Michael B. Jordan. And I'm just saying that for all the women here. I am just like Michael B. Jordan. You know, I will hopefully be in Creed 3.
And I'm just like Beyonce. I'm probably gonna make lemonade too.
There you go.
So,
there
we go. Yeah, man. But
he makes lemonade every day. He's a good guy.
Shouts out to Michael B, man. Yo, my heart goes out to you, bro, because I know breakups suck, man. Like I fucking hate breakups. I hate rejection. So
everybody, I think we all hate rejection. I mean, like, you know, I hate rejection too, but then it's like weird because I'm a stand-up comic, so it's like I'm surrounded by nothing but rejection. Oh my god. So you think you'd like get used to it, but you never do. I don't think anybody really gets used to any of that shit.
Even like bombing, that has to be like, you know, like the same feeling, you know. But you don't bomb. You're a king in this shit.
Oh, well,
but
no.
You bomb. Like,
don't listen.
Maybe.
Don't listen to him. I bomb all the fucking time.
He's my top 5. He's part of my top 5.
Thank you. The others are Dylan, and Dylan. But I will take that. Thank you.
Oh man.
No. You know, it does fucking suck. You know, sometimes bombing is good though. But like when you know that you're talking about a certain subject, like for instance with me, like I've been doing a lot of I've been taking kind of the comedy that I've made here and been putting it out through in sort of my stand-up, you know, using like very like rough shit, you know, a lot of satire, but very like dark type of stuff. And with that, you can occasionally bomb, but you're also not bombing because you can feel how people feel emotionally. Like you can see how much they're enjoying it, how scared they are to laugh around other people. You know,
it's like comedy has become so difficult for you guys because it's just like if I laugh, then you know it's let's say there's a group of 10. 7 people are not laughing, but 3 are. So now you're just like, oh my gosh, should I laugh or not? Me, I don't give a fuck. I'll laugh. I don't give a fuck. People could be like, oh, that's insensitive. Suck my whatever. But I'm not. I don't care because that's what comedy is. I go to these places in order to relieve myself, in order to basically like laugh. If I had a shitty day, I'm gonna go watch your show. I don't know why these certain individuals go to these shows just to fucking like complain. Well, because that just stay fucking home and be miserable with your family.
Well, that's the thing. It's easier
if you have one.
It's easier to be mad at someone like me or even someone like famous, like, you know, Dave Chappelle or this, that, and the third, simply because, you know, we're not really in front of you. We're this kind of like thing that you can kind of yell at. You know, it's like Twitter in real life. You know, they're mad at so many other things that they can't really take their anger out on. They're mad at politicians. They have no way of speaking to them. You know what I mean? And even if they do, isn't yelling at me quicker? You know, and it just takes so much less effort. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. That's why people hate celebrities. They want to take celebrities to task. And I'm not saying you shouldn't hate them. There are plenty that you should. Trust me. But at the same time, it's like, it's easier to do that than write your congresswoman. You know what I mean? Like it's easier to yell. It's easier to yell and ask Dylan Roof to go over to the Kardashian house than it is to write your congressman. And I should know. I do that all the time. So my heart goes out to the hecklers. I'm an angry piece of shit too. We're all the same person.
Oh shit.
You know?
Nah, that's true.
We are both the Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordans of our lives. You know? That's what it is.
That's perfect.
You take some, you give some.
That's perfect.
And we're all here. Who gives a shit? I work at Ace Hardware. What do I care? Fucking yell at me.
Nah,
you know?
That's good, man. Yeah, definitely, man. But going off of that, on some more, you know, comedy news and stuff. Like that. I want to talk about Dave Chappelle, man. He's doing a show, and all the proceeds are going to the victims from the Buffalo mass shooting that happened. Correct?
There you go. Yeah,
man. That's actually pretty dope, man.
That is pretty fucking solid. You know what I mean? I've heard actually a lot of things about that. I am pretty sure he did say that all the money is going to the families of the Buffalo shooting. As long as they have no relatives that are trans. That is, I'm pretty sure that's an undocumented report, but sources have said if they are trans, it's a no-go. Aside from that,
we're gonna get Dave jumped again.
if you're trans, it's a no-go. If you're gay, you know, you talk to them.
Talk to them.
Have a talk, but you know, nothing's set in stone.
Oh, man.
You know, and if you're bisexual, they'll place you in one of those cases that just blows money up into the air, and you have to catch it and grab, and whatever you get is for your estate, which I think is fair. I personally think is fair.
No, but I think, this is cool, man. What he's doing, and it's just like, you know, you're gonna get people that are probably gonna say like, oh, he's just doing this. It's like some sort of like propaganda type shit, just to like clean his name or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Very
because,
true.
You know, Dave Chappelle has like many haters.
He does,
which is crazy. But I think the amount of haters and the amount of people that love him, like, it's like the people that love him exceeds way.
You're only seeing the haters. That's the thing. It's like, you know, most people that like Dave Chappelle, like, you got to think about how many times, like, even a regular person, right?
Right.
Like, how many times, like, somebody might like you, but you don't necessarily know how much they like you.
Right.
Because, like, people only speak up when they want to say something bad about a person. For the most part. It's rare that somebody feels something good about somebody and they're randomly just coming out and saying it. Like, I bet you can find a lot more hateful tweets about Dave Chappelle than you can find tweets praising him.
Yeah.
Unless it's like about like he just released a special, like, yo, that bit's funny.
Yeah.
But there's none that go like, I just want to stop and say how much I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't happen.
Because Twitter's meant for like haters.
It's meant for hate.
Social media, period,
it's a hate
meant
machine.
for haters, for fucking people that's just trying to like just shit on other people and just make jokes for no reason. Like, but it's like we show our love differently. You know, we actually go to these shows and, you know, pay money to see this. You know, like. But I think I should start doing that, man. I should start like getting on Twitter and just start like sending like high praises. Like, hey, Dave,
fucking,
we're here,
heckling them with love.
With love.
Yeah,
I love you. You know
here for you, buddy.
Good for you.
Stay strong.
Oh man,
I agree. The 1% does need somebody to step up and finally, you know, pat them on the back. So you're right.
It's funny, man. But like, honestly, like, you know, shouts out to him, man, and just like,
no, that's fucking cool. That is
goes to
fucking
show.
cool.
Yeah, it goes to show that like a lot of celebrities are. Matter of fact, I think we mentioned this. I think like 2 podcasts ago. Celebrities are doing more than what like Congress people.
And
are
it is kind of a shame.
And it's a shitty thing because it's like, you know, you people like politicians and stuff like that. Like, y'all supposed to be doing more, but it's like celebrities are actually going. And actually doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. Look, Matthew McConaughey just went to the there was like a White House briefing or some shit in the White House. Not the White House briefing. But like, and he was just like, yo, y'all have to do something with these gun laws. Like, you know, and it's just like, then you see fucking Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and whomever else is just like, what the fuck are you guys
like,
doing?
when are we finally going to get...
when are we going to do this? Like, we have to do something. Come on, Slingshot Rick, where are you?
Finally, like, can we just get somebody to take care of this gun problem? Acting like they're not in control of the whole entire thing.
Oh my God.
And you're right. It's like, you know...
Sometimes I want to move.
It's like, we shouldn't have to be worrying... Like, we shouldn't have to be relying on TikTokers.
Yeah.
You know, in order to have like the world's like needs met. We need welfare. We need health care. Okay? We shouldn't have to rely on some kid with a blog to provide the homeless with blankets.
Exactly.
You know, like you should be giving it out. I mean, Jesus, you take our fucking taxes. What are you even using it for?
Exactly.
You know?
Who knows, man?
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah,
but it's good to know that there are certain like great people out there, like the Queen of England for one. I heard she recently did a little caravan through London. Can you tell me a little bit about that caravan, Manny? It was beautiful, beautiful stuff. Real salt to the earth lady. And honestly, for a woman who's almost 100, she came from a different time and everything where they look down on the poor, they look down on minorities and everything. But it doesn't seem like she is just being amazing. The Dalai Lama right out there with the people, boots on the ground. Tell us about it.
So everyone, so basically the Queen of England was actually at the Platinum Jubilee pageant.
Ooh, Platinum Jubilee.
Yeah, in a gold carriage. But get this, she was a hologram. It was a hologram of her, and she was just waving to the people.
Seems fair.
Yeah, and Tupac was inside.
And they
were heading to like a Death Row Records meeting or some shit of some sort.
Is that actually true?
Yeah, no, the Death Row Records part. But Tupac was there. Okay. Yeah, man, it was a hologram and shit like that because supposedly she couldn't attend. I mean, I'm starting to question: is this lady even alive?
I mean, who the fuck knows?
There was like rumors that she was like dead or some shit like that.
Well, if you see her, if you see any pictures or video footage of her, she does just look. She's like that type of old where she's fragile, like insanely fragile. Like she's the type of old, like, you know, when they talk about like how an old person, like old, she's that type of age of old person that just like dies of like basic shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that type of old person where it's like, oh, how'd they die? And he's like, oh, she took a spill.
She took a.
You know what I mean? She like fell.
She sneezed too hard.
Yeah, she tripped down like 3 stairs and suffocated to death. And you're like, that doesn't even track. And they're like,
she drowned brushing her teeth.
Yeah, she melted. She was in her bed and she melted.
Oh,
and that's
man.
just what it is. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I get it. You wanna protect the package, but what happens when the package becomes too fragile? That's the question.
Man, it's funny, man, because like I say that because again, it's like a lot of people haven't seen her, and I think like right now everything that you see on TV is probably like previous recordings that we forgot about. So she's really not there. You know what I mean?
So then it is like Tupac.
So it is.
No
like
wonder
Tupac.
why they were talking. He was consulting. He was like, "How are you gonna do your post-death releases?" You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be surprised. Like, I want there to be like a new Tupac track, and she's like there, just like ad-libbing him.
Dude, that'd be great. Honestly, Tupac did rap for another 20 years after he was dead.
Hell yeah.
Do you think she's just going to be doing government policies for another like 50?
I'm pretty sure.
Even after she's in the ground?
After she's dead and shit.
It's like, bro.
Like new policies are going to come up.
They got a new policy just dropped. And they just like put in like an old VHS tape because she's been dead that long. She's been dead since like 86. And they put in like new VHS tapes with her. And then she's like, gay people are okay now. You know,
man, that's funny. That's funny, man. Oh man, but on to more news, man.
That's no, but I think you stick on this. I think that is, I think that is so. I understand it in one way, but then it is also completely and utterly ridiculous. I understand the hologram, but it's also like if this lady lives that well, then put her in the fucking car.
Put her in the car.
If she already lives well enough to have a hologram and have a platinum and gold vehicle. Take her around, put her in the damn thing.
Shit.
You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, this lady's dictating everybody's lives. We at least get to fucking see her. You know? What is she, just some shitty landlord fucking come down on everybody else?
So they should just melt that fucking golden carriage and actually do something and help people out, man. Because, I mean, I heard too, man. It's just like, that's a shitty place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I heard, from what I read. And like, this family is fucking, they're rich.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I think this is like one thing where I guess it's, it is a cool thing. She's old or whatever.
Some cool thing to be old.
It's fine. She's old, but then for some reason, I feel like this is a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Like basically, I think this is basically like a prototype for when humanity falls. You know what I mean? and like the common man decides to take to the streets and murder all the billionaires. You know what I mean? This is like I'm an influential rich person hologram. Like they're shopping this out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like nobody will be able to shoot Elon Musk because it'll always be a hologram.
And they're always going to blame it on COVID. We just want to be safe.
And he'll secretly live underground eating popcorn, watching all these assassination attempts go down every single fucking time. I think it's a plan. I think there's something that's going to grow.
It's something.
Yeah.
No wonder Vladimir Putin is probably hiding all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't it funny every time he's talking to like, I guess the leaders over there, like the longest fucking table. He's in one end,
and
then it's like 30 of them bunched up together on the other end, or if there's like a giant TV.
That's because he's a hologram. It's in surround
he's already
sound.
a hologram. He's dead.
Yeah, it's already,
the blood cancer got him.
But I'm serious. I think these holograms. It's like the Snuggie. Remember that came out. One person had one.
Yeah.
Next year, everyone had one.
Fuck, I remember the Snuggie.
I'm telling you, they're gonna put it on Shark Tank. It's gonna go viral.
It's gonna sell for like
every person worth more than 500 grand is gonna have a hologram for the end times.
Man, that'll be good, man. I should get a hologram just to like go out with the fellas and just like my hologram is just at home sleeping with my girl, and then I'm just there chilling with y'all motherfuckers.
And they just chilling, drinking tall boys.
You just imagine
hanging out.
You just put it down and that's it.
But it's it's fine. The world is in shambles, so it's fine. I understand the whole point of the hologram. Like you're saying, Vladimir Putin probably has several holograms, especially because of how crazy the war is getting over there.
Yeah,
who the fuck knows, man?
Yeah.
Weren't you saying that
and it's crazy.
Nike and all those places actually pulled out?
Dude, Nike,
shit's getting bad.
Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and Nissan. They suspended their operations in Russia because of what's going on with the invasion in
And I say, call it off now, man. Listen, if you
should have been
can't,
called this shit off. This guy's a fucking crazy nut. Like,
it's
who would
ridiculous.
want to do business over there in those locations? You know what I mean?
It's insane. And then on top of that, you can't even get a good burger. You know what I mean? You know, you can't get a good if you can't get a Big Mac in war-torn Russia, why are you even fighting there?
What's the point?
What's the point? Pack up and go home.
Oh my gosh!
You know,
it's crazy because it's like, you know, I compare him to Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un,
yeah, like because these are like leaders they're just fucking nuts, man. They're killing their own people, and it's just like massive assassinations, even experimental things on their own people. Like, if you can cancel the leader of North Korea, you can't cancel Russia. You already know why. It's because it's a power thing.
Yes.
You know, like these leaders, like, you know, they constantly say that, oh, this guy's a bad guy, but you need that bad person.
Yeah.
In some way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
Just like, you know, with China and stuff like that. You can't fuck with China because there's there's a lot of things that's being imported from China that we sell over here in the U.S. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Russia is just the vodka or some shit, whatever. But
Russia. I don't even really know.
You know,
what they
it's just like, you know, you can't just fucking cancel one person when all of you motherfuckers are disgusting. You know what I mean?
Is that what's happening? Yeah. Is Russia getting canceled?
Russia's getting canceled.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's what it is. Just for the meantime.
Louis C.K. had it bad. This guy's
no, man, we need Louis C.K. back, man.
That's
Fuck
hilarious.
That. I can't wait till he comes back.
He's doing. He's already doing shit.
Yeah, he apologized. He know what he did. Blah blah blah. He got the therapy. He spoke to everyone that he needed to speak to. I need Louis C.K. back. He's like one of the raunchiest people, just like Corey Holcomb, which I love. And a lot of people try to cancel Corey Holcomb, and he doesn't give a fuck. But we need that type of raunchy comedy. Man.
I think the secret is to not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Once you don't give a fuck, then like they don't have any power over you.
Oh yeah.
You know? But you know, enough of the edgelord comedy politics. Let's talk about the real politics again. Russia, I wonder how like China is gonna be like react to all this. Because we were talking about that too. Like, because if I'm China, I gotta be looking at these guys like they're fucking nuts. Like China, like basically Russia is China's Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? Like China is killing it. They're Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
They're shooting every time. Like they have the flu and they're still winning championships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Russia's out there having a bender in Vegas for 5 days. You know, and it's like sometimes he pulls through, sometimes he doesn't.
Right.
But it's like, what's going on? And you got to be thinking, like, dude, like it was fine before, but now Nike's pulling away. Yeah. All this shit. So it's like, what is
McDonald's also like they shut down like all the McDonald's over there.
Dude, all these places are pulling away. But then it's also too, it's like we said, China has so much invested in manufacturing. Like China is the one who makes the sneakers in Nike. So is secretly China behind this? Is it like, you know, this is kind of all centered around like almost like American companies are stopping. But China is the manufacturer of these things. If they really, really wanted to support Russia, they could be like, well, we're not manufacturing any of your stuff anymore. So do you think China is partially okay with this?
You know, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even think about it like that. Maybe China has something to do with it. Because, like you said, like, the Nikes are made over there. And whichever other clothing, whatever else that's being made. Like, maybe China is probably looking at this shit and they're like, all right, you know, this guy's a nut. Yeah. We got to really separate from this. Let's make it really shitty to live. Like now, it's shitty to live there because there's war. But let's make it more so shitty, like they can't have regular things that the world has. Because that's how you really sow dissent. Like that's why, like America, even though America has a lot of its own problems, there's all this chaos. None of us want to leave because we're given so much like freedom and so many like little trinkets, whether it's sneakers, clothes, television. We have so many things to occupy us to make us feel or you know, feel like things are going great or forget about how awful things are in reality. You know, but if you take all those things away and all you have is fucking gray fucking borscht, you get rid of everybody's McDonald's, you know, and you're like, hey, we're fucking eating baklava every day for the next 300 years. Get over it. You imagine eating that shit for breakfast, lunch,
you're eating fucking gruel. You know, you're eating fucking gruel every day. You know, whatever Russian drinks that, you know, Russian foods they have. You know, you're eating fucking
slime that I just saw on Stranger Things.
Yeah, you're eating like
oatmeal with like.
It's on some Borat shit. We're grilling half a tire tonight because we couldn't figure things out. You know, you bring it back to that, they're turning on their king.
Oh my
They're turning on the guy.
man. And
That's all I say.
That's just hopefully like that gets handled fast because like this whole war shit is just nuts. Man. I don't even know. I don't follow politics, but I try to stay away from that shit. But like every time I turn on the TV, this nut ass motherfucker's there.
He's going ape
doing
shit.
Something stupid. He's going to ape shit. He's doing something stupid. So
That's why it's so funny too, where it's like Trump. I remember when Trump first got elected, and people were like, "Oh, like, this is good because or not. It's not good that he got elected, but one good thing is that Putin likes him." And I'm like, no, that's not a good thing.
mm-hmm.
Putin's a fucking psycho. The fact that he likes him is not a good sign.
It's not a good sign. Yeah.
It might be calming him down, but it's not. It's not a good sign. The fact that he sees our leader as his buddy now is not a good sign. He's a knucklehead. That guy, like Russia is the guy in the gangster movie who's like hot-headed. He's like third in rank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's hot-headed, and eventually at the end of the movie, he has to be killed.
Yeah.
Or he dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's Sonny in The Godfather.
Like basically, like they told him not to go kill somebody,
and he killed him. You know what I mean? And now he has to be dealt with.
You guys wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
The fuck?
They walk him out to a cornfield, and he's like,
then the
"Where is
comes,
everybody?"
I thought I loved you. Bro.
Yeah.
Gotta let you go.
Exactly.
I'm trying to my impersonations.
Yeah. Take the gun, leave the cannoli. That's the shit. That's what we're dealing with. That's Vladimir. You gotta put him down.
That's it, man. You have to.
He's a rabid dog.
That's nuts. Man.
So insane. I don't know what the fuck is going down. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. Yeah. So my heart goes out to all the people out there. The Russian people who have no choice about being in this thing. All the Russian podcasters who would love to make a podcast like this, but they'll have their fucking hands chopped off. You know what I mean? And to all the Ukrainians who are being subjected to all this bullshit too, even though a certain chunk of you guys may be overly conservative and possibly right wing capitalist.
It's Sweden's little brother.
Yeah, you might be. I heard a couple of yous think that nigger balls are your favorite snack. That's, you know what I mean? And that's fine. If you guys are looking for a reference, listen to the last episode.
The last part.
But some of you might be Nazis. That is true. But there's tons of you that are not, that are just there. And that's super shitty. So, my heart goes out to all you guys. And stop the fighting. The world sucks, man. And we're all just caught in the middle of it. So on to other news, D.L. Hughley and Monique are still battling right now. It is fucking ridiculous.
How long has this been going on?
It's been going on like for a solid couple weeks. I feel like it's been going on too long. Like I don't care about it anymore.
Honestly, I don't. Man, at this point, you have to blame the person that's constantly getting into these issues.
I know it is one of those things,
and it's like it's Monique.
Yeah,
let's keep it a stack. Like, okay, so look what happened.
Yeah.
It was a whole contract dispute, right? So the contract that they got, like, I don't know, they disagreed with it because Monique was supposed to headline, but then after that, D.L. Hughley was supposed to headline. And from what I heard, like, D.L. was like, I don't know, but this is what I heard,
Yeah.
She goes on stage and then she rants for like 10, 15 minutes about D.L. Hughley, talking about his wife. And mind you, also, his mother was in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
So she's saying all this shit and, like, basically, like, degrading the man for no fucking reason, all because of a headline thing. And going on forward, she even mentioned his wife or something like that. She was like, "Oh, you're sucking a loser's dick" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Or, and it's just like,
talking that talk.
Man, like, do you even have material? Like, cause it's, I can't even remember one Monique joke that I can actually say, that was actually funny.
Yeah.
Do you have one? Because I'm pretty sure nobody in here has one. And last thing is just she was in the Queen of Comedy tour. She wasn't even that funny in that whole thing. That DVD, she wasn't funny to me. It was something about her, but it's just like at this point, man, like, Monique, when all of that shit happened, D.L. Hughley responded and everything, and he basically told her like, "Yo, you're the problem at this point."
Yeah.
It was Oprah. It was all these other people.
It was all these people. Yeah.
And then it's just like you're still going on, and now she came out of nowhere and like responding back to D.L. Hughley, and she mentioned something that was so fucked up, which was D.L. Hughley's daughter was molested years ago. She approached him and shit like that, and D.L. Hughley didn't believe it at first. But then they actually discussed this as adults and everything.
Yeah,
they
like
actually,
together, right?
they came to I'm sorry, I should have believed you, and they hugged it out and everything. Him and his daughter. I'm talking about D.L. Hughley and his daughter. And then she wants to come out of nowhere and mention that shit again, talking about, oh, this is the type of guy that you guys praise because he doesn't believe women. And she's talking about women, calling everybody her babies. But you're fucking out here and you're just talking all this shit.
Like dogging
people down. Like, I can't view you as a public figure. When, mind you, she's a great actress. Mm-hmm. But it's just like you're just destroying everyone that's around you.
Let's also keep it real, too. Yeah. It's like, I mean, listen, she's a great actor, but it's like you've been in one fucking movie. Okay, you're a mean lady in one movie.
She was a shitty mom.
All right, and I'm not
saying
she got
an award for that, right?
Yeah, and I'm that's incredible. Nobody can argue that accolade, but this whole like Monique is the fucking because you'll hear that too. Like Monique is the one of the stars of our. No, she's not. She was in one fucking movie and she did okay. You know what I mean? I get it. All right, it was a very harsh thing, but it's also like it was a super Oscar movie. It's about a fat black chick who gets treated like shit by everybody because she's ugly and has a shitty mom. That's gonna win an Oscar. Yeah. Okay. Like that's it's like Forrest Gump. You make a movie about a retarded guy who fucking wins at everything. That's gonna win an Oscar. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily mean that fucking his retard is better than Ben Stiller's retard in fucking Tropic Thunder. They're the same. Yeah. Okay, but
the writers won that. You didn't win that.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. So my whole thing with Monique is like really really shitty. You're absolutely right. It's like if things are constantly just you all the time, and it always turns back to like this person did this to me. Everybody knows someone like that, and that's also too like that's a very comedian response to have. Yeah. Is it's everybody else's problem? Like one of the most hated types of comedians is the comedian who bombs on stage and then blames it on the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing. She's blaming it on the crowd every time she bombs. She blames it on the fucking crowd, and it's like, listen, lady, you're damn near what, like 50 years old, older than that. You know what I mean? You're in Steve Harvey's fucking era. Grow the fuck up.
And she mentioned Steve Harvey also. Steve Harvey was like, I don't got no energy for this. Because, Steve Harvey put her on his platform that one time. Yeah. And she tried to, like, basically dog Steve Harvey down and everything. But Steve Harvey is such a gentleman. He was just like, I must just stay shut. Let me let her talk. Mm-hmm. I'll let her talk. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to try to find a resolution to this because it's like one of those back and forth things when you just know that argument is going to go nowhere. So let me just shut up. All right, cool. You got it. I'm going to say what I got to say. Say your piece. If you want to blame everybody, then cool. Because I know that I'm good. Yeah. I know that I ain't do shit. So I'll just let you speak your piece and then I'll just keep moving. And that's it. But I think it came to the point that like everybody's just like, nah, that's it. We got to nip it at the bud.
And it's also too, it's like if you're gonna, I get it, you're angry, lady, okay, I understand it, you've been snubbed, women get treated like terribly sometimes in the entertainment industry. That's a real thing. You know what I mean? But to come at Steve Harvey, is a little much. And also if you're gonna come at Steve Harvey, you can at least talk about his flat top. You talk about his missing flat top. You know what I mean? Do something constructive. Don't just bring up how he's fucking lame and he doesn't support women. Make some real jokes.
It's all these like, you got a little dick joke.
I would have made wanted posters of his missing flat top and pasted them on milk cartons and did a whole internet campaign. There's so many more things. You could have put googly eyes on his mustache, and photos.
And she still wouldn't be funny.
And you could have did things. These are funny things. You could have hired some writers. But you know what I mean? Hire the Red Cup boys to write some diss tracks for you.
At least that.
I will say, that is watching her on stage talking about D.L. Hughley is a hell of a video to watch. I've never seen a celebrity, create a diss track in real time. That was the first time. That was hit him up in real time. Yep. A freestyle right then and there. Version. That was the comic version of hit him up. And, there's a part of me, the petty part of me is almost proud of her for doing that.
Really?
And I'm like, because I have just never seen it. That goes up there with Bernie Mac's I Ain't Scared of You, Motherfucker.
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
That's a moment. Classic. That's a comedy moment.
That's
okay.
Funny.
It's like Bernie Mac, I Ain't Scared of You, Motherfuckers. Then there's Bill Burr's Live at Philadelphia. Then there's Charlie Murphy at the historical Black College.
I got 7 more minutes.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill Burr.
And then there's Monique's Meltdown. That's 4th place, not bad. Honorable mention.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is that she's talking all this shit, bro, but it's just at the end of the day, her husband, Daddy,
is the one causing all the problems.
Is the one causing all the problems. Supposedly he's the one that had something to do with the contract. So if he wasn't sure what the contract said, or if he added that to the contract, you can't create a contract, sign it, do something, and then once it's out, you're like, wait, no, I gotta see that shit again. Yeah. Matter of fact, you was telling me something. She was on Vlad TV.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. They've done this before. Yeah. Because I'm an avid watcher of Vlad TV. I love his snitching content, and
Shame.
you know what I mean.
Shame on you, black man. Shame on you.
I love the fact that he's an informant, and the fact that an informant finally has this high of a platform is just beautiful to me. An informant of his caliber.
Oh yeah.
Very, very good. Randall from Recess running his own YouTube channel is beautiful. But he did have a legitimate gripe, which was I guess before him and Monique actually recorded an episode of a Vlad interview, and he does some good interviews. I'm not even gonna hold him. His shit is fucking ill. I watch it all the fucking time. But he did an interview with her. They talked about everything. She had actually been molested too, which is even makes the whole thing with DL even more fucked up, because like if somebody went through something that you went through, and they worked it out themselves, why would you bring all that back and be shitty? But she talked about her molestation in her interview and all the different shit, Queens of Comedy, her ups, her downs. And then after the interview was done, her and her husband were like, oh, we're actually having, before we signed the waiver, we're actually kind of having second thoughts about ownership. And, instead of you owning the thing or whatever to promote shit, which is how he does all the interviews. That's how it happens. Right. It's a normal procedure. He's not jerking anybody. Right. You know what I mean? They're like, instead, we want to maybe do like a 50-50 split. And he was like, well, that's not what we agreed upon. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to, they're like, don't worry, we're going to sign it. We're going to sign it. We just want to have the copy of the tape. We want to look it over, and then we'll go over some terms and we'll sign. And they got the copy of the tape and they never signed. That's nuts. And now there's just like thousands of dollars down the drain for him and everything. He was talking about it to Charlemagne, who Monique also called the worst thing to ever happen to black people. So this woman is, she likes making friends. Let's just say that. She likes making friends, and her character in Precious was not based off of any real events ever at all. So
what do you
glad
think?
To see she stayed positive.
What do you think, you being a comic and, seeing all these comedians saying like you're just burning a lot of bridges because they're not going to work with her. What do you think is going to happen? Like, what's the end result with her? Do you think she's ever going to get any gigs again?
I mean, I think she'll always get gigs. She has enough. That's the thing too. We were talking about that, just how like, when we were talking about Dave Chappelle, right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, she's burning bridges with this person, that person, but there's a lot more people that still like someone like her than you think. She has her hardcore fans. So she's very, unless something terrible comes out, she's not going to end up, performing comedy at a pizza parlor with me. Yeah. She's always going to have somebody that's going to be there. She's been in multiple shows. She was on The Parkers, which ran for like 8 seasons. Yeah. You know what I mean? She was in Presses.
How long ago was that? I'm talking about.
No, that's true. That's true.
Say now, and you don't even know.
20 years from now,
get a cut from that anymore. And The Parkers doesn't even run on TV anymore.
No, but no, she's not getting revenue from that. But I'm saying people know of her in a way that she can sell a weekend at Zany's in fucking, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to you. You can check any of those, comedy club websites in the Midwest or anywhere throughout the country that's not New York or LA, and you'll see tons of people whose names you've never even fucking heard of before doing 3 nights. Monique will be okay.
Yeah, I guess, man. But it's
just don't rape anybody.
She's just
if you did that, then then you'd still have some options, but it'd be tough.
Monique, she's going to. I mean, I know she knows. I think in her mind, she knows she fucked up, and it's just like, I can't go back. She's like one of those people that like they never apologize.
Yes,
when they did something
you can
wrong.
Tell she is like that.
Like they're like, okay, cool, yeah, I did this, you did this, all right, fine, and then it's just like you're expecting an apology and you never get it. She's that type of individual, so she knows she's fucked up, and then I think now she's like in this hole so deep that she's just gonna keep going further and further in.
Yeah,
and then it's just gonna make it worse, man. It's gonna make, like I told you. Now you see comedians actually coming up and saying, "Yo, you're burning bridges. I'm not trying to fucking work with her anymore." I've seen, like, there was this one comedian, I forgot his name, I think Capone, if I'm not mistaken. He was like, I seen her get fired on set. Now, how do I know? It's because I got the job. So it's just that type of shit. This type of behavior has been existing for a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
So Monique, man, I don't know, man. She got to get her shit together.
Well, we're also living in an era where celebrities have to act right.
Yeah.
We really are. We are really, like, living in an era where, like, if I'm being honest, like, celebrities are under more scrutiny than the average human being. Like a celebrity will lose their job for literally nothing, while some guy at fucking Taco Bell can do the most and it won't matter.
Yeah, man.
You
Especially
know?
a person of color, man. Like
we
all like, and it's crazy because like you hear this shit a lot. Like we do this to each
get
other.
fired for jokes, any little remark,
man,
any little like scowl. All somebody needs to do is tweet like, "Oh, this person makes me feel uncomfortable on set," and they're gone now. So I think. Yeah, she's gonna have to pick her battles, but she'll always have a place on the road as far as like performing. She'll always have a place doing stand up. She's can only do that.
I guess she's a problematic woman to me, man. Just like
Monique is the Vladimir Putin of the comedy scene. She's a junkyard dog. She goes wild. She cannot be checked.
Listen, we're not dogging down women.
She's the DMX.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? She cannot be tamed.
We're not dogging down women. We're not dogging down
we're just
black
dogging down
women.
people who don't give a shit about anything.
Remember, we discussed this, in our previous podcast that there are women that have shitty behaviors, just like men. There are men that have shitty behaviors.
It's not even about male or female. It's just like watch what you say.
Yeah,
watch what you say. Unless you're gonna start a podcast where you openly say, "Hey, everything we say and do is not researched, and you can follow us, but we won't lead you anywhere good." Unless you do that, you have to watch what you say.
Of course,
because you got to realize that a lot of people take things for face value. And listen, like people have emotional things, they go through shit, but once you go through shit, man, and you're someone of prominence, that camera is on.
Yeah,
man. That camera is on, and niggas will roast you, and they all want your spot. Everybody feels entitled to stardom because of super, social media and shit, even though they don't have talent. True. But they're upset that you do, and that you're willing to go that far to get the things you want in your life. So they will not hesitate to take it from you.
Look at Jada Pinkett Smith.
Exactly.
Look what happened.
Look at the puppet master herself.
Oh my gosh,
destroying her own husband's career. Which I think that was something that was just like, I think over the course of years, I think she kind of planned to do that. I think she subtly hated how how much Will was like loved, and then on top of that, like he's loved, and she's just kind of like a B-list actress. But then when they're home and it's just the two of them, he loves her and she doesn't really care. Like you ever date some girl who's like not that into you? And when she sees like other people treat you like you're amazing, she's kind of just
she's just
like that. This thing is gross. Like, what do you mean? Like, she almost starts treating you like worse.
Yeah,
because she wants everybody to see you the way that she sees you.
Amber Heard,
exactly.
Another one. Yeah, you see like these individuals like that, man. And the thing with Jada Pinkett Smith, man, which is kind of fucking crazy. The Red Table Talk came back to Facebook. That's where it's at. And now she basically released a preview of what the episode that they were going to speak about was going to be for the following episode, which was her, like she mentioned a little snippet talking about what happened during the slap with Will Smith and Chris Rock, and then she was like, I hope both these men actually sit down and reconcile their problems, because these are two men that we need and shit. And I'm like, bitch, this is your fault. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how you blaming that? She's literally blaming this shit on Will. Like, how are you still doing this?
Bro, I bet you.
Like, mother, what the fuck?
Bro, I bet you, honestly.
Oh, my God.
I bet you, honestly, like, while she was doing that voiceover, she was just sitting here.
It was a hologram.
Like fucking Mr. Burns, just like, I hope that they can really work things out. You know what I mean? Twiddling your fucking thumb. It's so sad what happened to these two prominent black men. This bald-headed Lex Luthor bitch just sitting in the background pulling all the strings. So the amount of I've embarrassed my husband content that this woman has on her podcast and all her shit is through the fucking roof.
I don't understand, man. If it's so noticeable. Like, bro, Will, you're miserable in this. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, relationships end. We get it. You don't have to be like the perfect family.
Yeah, nigga, we don't care that you're kind of gay.
If you're gay, you're gay.
We don't give a shit.
It, man.
We don't give a shit that you're fruity as fuck, and sometimes
man. Kiss your son in the
mouth
or
whatever. I don't know, whatever the fuck. This bitch obviously got something on you. You like getting pegged, whatever. Bro, we're in a new era. These Gen Z kids will accept you for anything. You know what I mean? Except for being talented at what you do. Okay? They'll accept you for anything. So just go out, dump the bitch, get over it.
That's it. I don't know.
You know, you can find a new bald-headed black woman to be with. If you want, okay?
You know, and the reality is that like we all want to hear from just one person right now, which is Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like, we really want to hear what
I
he has
know.
to say about this. Like, honestly, like we don't care what Will Smith has to say because he's just gonna come out of nowhere and say some shit like, "We all have problems,"
Yeah.
and then starts crying on camera.
He's
Like what he did for that. Like
He's a damage control
Yeah,
guy.
come on, like
Yeah, he's never gonna be that real shit.
you're not, man. Just keep it a stack, man. Like you came out, you acted out of anger, and that's it. He's never gonna respond like that, you know. And that's why I think a lot of people are not gonna respect him for that.
Oh yeah.
He's just gonna do like this whole PC.
And you know it's bad too because like Will Smith, also number one, the reason you're probably not going to get him on anything is because this nigga had to like leave the country. He went on like a vision quest. He went to India and shit.
Oh my god,
bro! This nigga is so upset about these other dudes clapping his wife's cheeks. He had to go on some eat, pray, love fucking vision quest, you know, to find himself. That's how much fucking damage this woman's doing.
Oh my god! And you know what's so funny? Just to, like the way
He had
that
to have an out of body experience.
the way that I would have took this as an insult, but the way that Jada ended that whole thing, she was just like, and me and Will.
Namaste.
She was a bald headed ass. She was like, and me and Will, we're going to keep doing what we're doing in this thing called love, which is fight for it. Some bullshit like that, and I'm like, bitch, shut the hell up! Like it's still your fault. Like it's just. Oh,
that sounds like some shit that she's probably
not trying to take blame for this shit, man.
No, not at all.
That's
it's
what
not
she's
gonna
doing.
happen.
She's trying to cover her fucking
Skating
ass up.
by,
That's
boys.
it,
Skating by.
Man, whatever. I'm done talking about.
Oh yeah,
this,
she put the. I mean, hey, she put those acting skills to good use. You know what I mean?
Acting skills because I ain't believe shit. Fuck. You know what I mean? But anyway, fuck that. I'm tired of talking about that shit. But shouts out to Chris Rock, man. We love you. Well, you know, I still love you, brother, but.
And then
you fucked up, man.
Also, imagine like her saying that, like fighting for this thing called love, like that whole monologue. Just imagine her how menacing it probably sounded. You know what I mean? When she firstly, imagine her telling that to Will in their house, right? He doesn't know she's there. He walks into the bedroom. You know what I mean? She's in the bathroom in the dark. Her bald head, you know. And we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, fighting for love. He's like, okay, yeah.
Lightning everywhere.
She just puts the strap on. And she's like, assume the position. And then he goes, yes, baby.
And he's on his back. That has to be the most comedic twist.
And then she plays the Fresh Prince theme song. She plays the theme song from Fresh Prince. West Philadelphia, born and raised. Each stroke.
Summer.
Going in.
Oh my god.
You know?
Anyway, man, let's talk about some hip hop news.
Yeah.
Yo, I found this shit so fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It was this little kid basically talking and threatening the Fulton County Sheriff Police Department via Instagram because of YSL and Young Thug being incarcerated.
Yeah.
He's like saying all these other crazy shit, like threatening to kill them and shit like that. And now the kid is locked up. Like, how far are you gonna go for a celebrity, knowing that you're not gonna get recognized by this person?
Yeah.
Like in this age of the internet and shit like that, you got these little kids doing these things, and they're just like they're not thinking about the consequences. That's why I'm happy that I was born in the '80s. You know, we're like what is it?
Gen millennials.
We're millennials. That Gen Z? These motherfuckers is all weird.
Well, because they're raised on the computer. Yeah. So they don't see actual consequences happening. They just hear all sorts of like heightened opinions. So like on the internet, everything's crazy, right? In real life, you just disagree with some shit. But on the internet, you find somebody you disagree with and you're like, your whole family should burn alive in a fucking car. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So they take things to the next level and expect no consequences.
These little kids are stupid, man. And then when they asked him, they was like, "Oh, so why you do this? Hey, why did you do all of that stuff?" He was like, "Dibby dabba the lifestyle." Nah, but like they asked him why he did it.
You just say
his little motherfucker's face, man. Like,
I mean, hey, I listen.
Oh my god!
You know, I've said it here, you know, before, but you know, at the same time, I'm almost proud of the kid. At least, you know, there's so many people shooting people who don't need to be shot. Yeah, you know what I mean. Somebody going around shooting kids, people having their regular fucking lives. You know, go out and you know, shoot a cop for a fucking rapper. You know. make use of yourself.
That's-
all right.
that's some gangster
They all
shit.
yeah, that's some real gangster shit.
Oh
You know.
my God.
Everybody wants to say free Meek Mill. Nobody wants to say free this kid.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. He's out here fighting for the culture.
Oh my
He's
God.
trying to preserve the culture.
Wait, but talking about that whole case and everything, man.
You know,
got a
Charlemagne
lot-
wouldn't do that. Okay, Charlemagne wouldn't put his life on the line for Thugger like that. Come on now, for Gunner, he wouldn't do that.
Dude,
But this young man stepped up. He decided
stepped
to be
up,
a G.
man. Celebrities, right? What happened with the
There we
celebrities? They ain't
go.
doing shit.
Yeah.
That was the celebrities.
The
not doing
TikTokers ain't
shit.
doing shit for Thugger, and he
Oh,
decided to
man.
come out and do a little bit of crowdfunding himself. Okay.
Dude. But now within this case, man, I'm hearing that a lot of the members of YSL, like, they're snitching.
Yeah, they are. They're you know. Hey, bro.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
listen. That doesn't surprise me. This
It's a RICO
This
charge.
RICO shit is no joke,
You
bro.
can get years. Like, that's basically life. Like,
This
you're just gonna rot in jail.
This RICO shit is crazy. I will say, I know this is against false prophets, policy, but I did do a little bit of research.
Oh, how shit.
I know,
dare
terrible
you.
of me. I
Shame
know,
on you, sir.
I know.
Shame on you.
You know, this will be my last episode on the show.
Yeah. We gotta
but-
hire Monique.
Yeah, should be right place. It'll be like the Wendy Williams show.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like every week we'll have a different co-host come on here. One more problematic than the other.
One more. See who
Monique
lies the
first,
most.
Alec Baldwin next. You know what I mean?
Man.
All sorts of shit. But no. Yeah, it's what was I just talking about? Oh, I did a little bit of research, and I did hear that they were saying that I'm sure people are informing, but another thing they were saying is that the cops, like the prosecutor, might kind of be manipulating this for the case, saying that in the way that like people are informing, but not people who are like formally in YSL. Like they were saying, like people who like hang out with them but aren't necessarily in the gang
Gotcha.
could be like let's say some girl or some shit that one of them is smashing, right? Who's like popular in the group and everything,
Right.
and they all over her house all the time, right?
Gotcha.
And like thugs there, a couple of the goons leave to handle some business. They come back, they leave their car there, right?
Yeah.
And they committed a murder. That's what the cops think, that they committed a murder with that car. And they'll be like, oh, we know that the car was here at that time.
So then they go to the girl.
Yeah, so we'll tie you to this unless you sign off something that like allows us to, search your house and
That's
this,
some
that, and
fuck
third.
shit.
So it's like that's an informant technically,
Yeah.
but they're not a part of anything. And then people are saying that there might be some real informing too. But a big thing is they're saying in YSL that those guys, they want, like, people in YSL have told the prosecutors and shit that they'd be open to informing, but they're scared for their lives. So they don't say
Yes.
that. So that's the whole thing. So you don't know
supposedly
what's
King Slime himself, Thugger, has
I know.
like, some power, like that he threatened to kill his family.
But
their
then
families
again, I'm
and
like,
shit
I
I don't believe none of that shit.
that's what I'm saying. Listen, I believe a little bit of it, but the way, like, I don't know you hate academics, but he was talking about this and everything.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I think
I just dislike him a
I
little
think you
bit,
hate
but-
academics because you and him look alike. Yeah, this thing is so much. You are Latino academics. You got the hat, you got the beard,
The
you
belly.
got you want to be an agitator so bad.
Oh man,
You
I
want
have
to be
my
big
reasons.
act so bad.
Académico.
Academico primo.
I gotta do the hat thing again.
Academico. But no, he was
Oh,
he
man.
was talking about how, with the RICO case and everything, he was saying like a defense that they kind of could use, that is semi legitimate, is that Thug could be like, listen, I am in this group or whatever, but like I'm not their leader. Like they are just my friends. Some of these people, like, yeah, sure, they listen to me on some level or whatever, but it's because I'm rich. Like I have millions of dollars. They're just my friends and my entourage that are in this shit.
And they're doing the fucked up shit.
and
And
they're-
I'm not calling the shot.
I'm not calling any shots, bro. Like
it's
I'm just
true.
here and I'm just existing and I'm rich, and they'll do, like, if somebody presses me, yeah, they'll fucking press them or some shit.
Yeah,
But like they're just my boys. I'm not telling them who to go around and shoot. Like, you know what I mean? Like even some of those fragments that you hear from the audio and shit, like you never know. Like that could be those could be isolated incidents of things that he's tied into. But all the other shit that they're doing might not be like him sending them out to do all this other shit. You know, which is a fair point. If they can kind of prove that negligible, like, kind of responsibility, that might be a real thing that they might not be able to, like, really have him on. It's like I put them up for a house. Like, also too, the real thing that states the RICO is the money coming in.
Where's it coming from?
It's like if the illegal money is funding the record company, because it is a legitimate record company.
Yeah.
So it's like if the illegal money is funding the record company and it's siphoned in in all these different ways, then that's like real RICO. But it's like, bro, if I'm almost like doing the hip hop and shit like that, and my friends are fucking broke, and sometimes they scam and they steal shit or whatever. Right. Sometimes I break them off cash and I take them to Cabo and this, that, and the third. That doesn't mean that I'm funding their whole entire business.
Exactly. They're using the money that I'm paying them to fund whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah, and that's whatever their life is.
It's kind of like
that's whatever their life is. Yeah.
It's kind of like, like if individuals, if there's an individual of a certain gang, and like that gang, let's just make up the Scotch Brights, whatever. So everybody know that the Scotch Brights all over, like, oh my gosh, they're dangerous, because that's like the baby gang ones, right? Yeah. But the top Scotch Bright gangs, like the real ones, they're actually like activists and community leaders and shit like that. I'm kind of like doing. That's what I'm taking. Like what you're saying.
And you could do that. And then like if you think about it, like again in that situation of Young Thug presenting himself, I was like,
that was random.
I was like, what type of gang? I was like, what type of 1930s fucking West Side Story?
Let us jump when we go outside.
West Side Story fucking gang.
The Bloods did this shit. It was the Crips.
Right? Like one of those people with like a switchblade comb, The Scotch Braids. Good to see your improv is improving.
Thank you.
Just staring at random home appliances and naming gangs after them.
I think I'm ready for the stage, man.
There we go. We got to get you in there. But I'm back to the whole thug thing. It's like, I mean, if you're using that defense, right, of just being like, hey, I'm rich, I just have my friends everywhere, and I pay for shit, and they do illegal shit or whatever, but like that's not me.
Right.
In a sense, that takes you not from like, if you're even thinking about it in a RICO sense, that takes you from being at the head of everything to almost being extorted. He can almost promote it like that.
Extortion.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, I have all my friends living with me. If I have problems, they take care of it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just funding us so we can all have a good life. He could make it like, that's why almost like the 6ix9ine thing is in some weird kind of thing too, because it's like he's paying these people for all this protection. He's hooking them up with all these flights. In one way, you could narrate it as he's the leader and he provides all these things. But it's like, no, I'm really only. It's like
his security, and he's just
exactly, and he's just paying me money. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't necessarily mean that I control all the illegal decisions that are going on.
Right.
The only way that would mean that is if I was the one telling them what illegal activities to do.
Okay.
And then we make money from that, and then I spread that money to them. But if I have my completely legal money and then I give it to all my broke friends who do illegal shit, and they don't give me a percentage of that illegal shit, of the money they made illegally after I gave them shit, then I have no real connection to that, and that's just them living their private lives.
That sucks, man, because reality, they try to knock down a lot of these people. Not even just celebrities, just a lot of individuals in general.
No, but
there's a lot of innocent people in jail.
They do, but they do hone in on, especially rappers. I think this is a newer thing because I think it's it's heavily publicized, and it's an easier takedown because a lot of people who aren't in the rap community, they'll look at the lyrics, even if the lyrics are totally different from what may have really happened. They'll look at the lyrics and be like, "Oh, okay, he probably did do it." Now we have enough young people who have been raised on rap, or like people born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, who are full-grown adults, where a jury might not buy into that so easily.
And, it goes to show, this is a scary thing, man.
Yeah.
Because it goes to show that the law enforcement are watching you. This is just not like like this just happened last month. This is years.
They're all watching.
Like years of investigation using people they arrested, using lyrics and stuff. And now that they're using lyrics and shit just to tie in a lot of stuff. That's how they call Bobby Shmurda, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not saying that it's a full waste, because listen, people are dying. You want to do things about it.
Of course.
And the YSL gang as a whole is doing a lot of that shit, I believe, out in Atlanta. Like, maybe not thug, but like he's tapped in there, and like the YSL is a big gang, the big faction of Bloods that live in Atlanta, and they do shit. You know what I mean? It's like Rolling 60s. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who's a celebrity who's in the Rolling 60s and has been their whole entire life might not have anything to do with what the Rolling 60s are doing out in Compton,
Right.
or Long Beach, or wherever the fuck they're actually from. You know what I mean? Because I don't know that much about gang culture. But that's the real truth of it, you know. So it just kind of sucks in that sense, man. And you know, I feel like you shouldn't have to deal with it, but you know, it is what it is, man. You got to know that they're watching, but it's also they really are targeting these rappers, because you think about it, it's like how many other types of music talk about illegal shit and they don't come get you for illegal things. I mean, like fucking, you know, I mean, you can, what is it? YFN Lucci, even his lawyer today was saying that them coming at YSL was racist. You know, and it's like, you know, you have songs like I Shot the Sheriff. If a sheriff got shot, were they hunting for fucking Bob Marley? Fucking, what is it? Johnny Cash. You know, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. If any man in Reno dies, then, right, and there's a cold case, and Johnny Cash was in the town, so are you hunting him down? Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying.
This is a racist thing. Yeah.
There's a lot of shit, you know, and don't get me wrong, they're setting themselves up for it a bit much, because they might be talking about some shit, you know what I mean? And they are tapped in, so it's like, you're not helping. But this is something that is not just, you know,
right.
It's bullshit. They're coming at them with bullshit. Fuck you.
Well, I mean,
so shouts out to that young 18-year-old who wanted to avenge some of the greatest artists of our generation.
Thug, man. Yeah. Shouts out to all of them too, man. Because you know, being incarcerated isn't like an easy thing, man.
I mean,
I was never incarcerated. I just made it to booking.
I think it would be easier for Thug.
That was scary as fuck.
I think it'd be a little easier for Thug though. I mean, the nigga's already wearing dresses. You know what I mean? He don't gotta wait to get turned out.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
On his knees, like, yes, this is a lifestyle.
Yo, talk about more music news.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, did you see? What was it? Sean King's brother. Anthony Fantano.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah,
that's
that
hilarious.
dude. We don't even know if
he definitely
black.
is. Yeah, he's one of those.
He's one of those. You know,
where it's like, is he black?
Yeah,
is he
a little milk chocolate?
Yeah,
not even like a little bit lighter.
Nah, nigga looks like what do they call it? Like white chocolate, like marzipan. You ever see that shit?
Yes.
It was like kind of tan.
Yeah, you know, but it's like, is it chocolate?
And then the nigga got a Caesar.
And then it tastes different?
Yeah.
Well, you got a Caesar.
He white, but he got a fade, and you're like, what is this? Who knows? Some male Rachel Dolezal type shit.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, who knows? But
they should start a gang.
Oh, my God.
Like Rachel, Sean King, and Anthony Fantano. That'll be the crazy... A rap group.
The
Imagine.
maybe niggas.
maybe.
MN.
The MNs.
TMN, dog. You want to be a part of the maybe niggas? you gotta get jumped into.
How do you come up with this shit?
So we were talking about. He recently did a interview with Aubrey Drake Graham, talking about his life and career, or at least he thought he did. It was a very heartfelt. This guy, he was very serious, and then it turned out that this motherfucker
was Izzy Drake.
Yeah, it was Izzy Drake,
the fake Drake.
It was Izzy Drake. Yeah,
my gosh,
fake Drake. Which shout out to fake Drake, taking it to the next level.
Performing places also.
That's what I'm saying. This guy,
I think he's getting like 30 bands for that shit,
bro. This shit is wild.
Like, come on, man.
And it's like, you know, you go to Vegas and it's like the Michael Jackson impersonator only moonwalks. You know, but this guy is doing interviews.
Oh yeah,
he's giving like heartfelt commentary on shit that Drake has been through.
What did he say that he has a new song coming out called Cologne?
Attack of the Colognes.
Attack of the Colognes.
Yeah, he's making up shit that almost sounds Drake-ish.
Yeah, but at this point, Attack of the Colognes, I'm like, and then Anthony was like, he just kept talking about colognes for some reason.
Yeah.
Like at this point, how the fuck did you not realize this wasn't Drake?
Well, this is the
thing. You have to be that stupid. You're not a culture.
Well, that's another thing too. I think this is one of those things that I think is bullshit. We were kind of talking about that before too.
Yeah, I think it's real.
There's a part of me that thinks it's real, but I think there's also like it's very easy for these guys because Izzy Drake is somebody who's kind of blowing up on social media and shit like that, and this guy is a YouTuber with millions of subscribers already. You know what I mean? And you had that whole thing with the Nelk Boys and Perkio before with 6ix9ine, so he could be kind of trying to come on the tail of that. and try to do some weird misunderstanding shit. I think it's either that or he legitimately thought it was Drake, and then like halfway through the interview, he stared realizing like, fuck, this guy's not Drake, and just kept going, and was like, this is almost even better. Because I mean, it is almost better.
I mean, you should know.
Come on.
If you're part of like this whole, hip hop culture, as you say, you're interviewing, you're always talking about hip hop and media and shit like that. You know very well that Drake doesn't do interviews. Drake is one of the few, like Kendrick Lamar. Well, Kendrick Lamar does it with Big Boy a lot in the West Coast. So Big Boy in the Morning, if I'm not mistaken. Like he does respect that shit a lot. But like,
most of them don't.
Most of them don't. So it's just like, and he didn't. This fake Drake dude, he doesn't even look like Drake.
He doesn't look like Drake.
No, he has a fat head,
and he doesn't really sound like him either.
Nah, he doesn't.
But I just think it's funny.
I gotta see
that. I just think it's funny that one of the biggest rap critics in the world thinks all black people look alike. That is so poetic. I mean, you got to see the irony.
I don't even think he's black. The Izzy Drake dude.
No, I mean,
isn't he like Dominican?
Well, he's at least he's impersonating somebody black. Man. This is like it's like a Russian doll situation of maybe niggas.
Maybe
you know what I mean? It's just like
he's another member.
That's TMN. That's what I'm saying. It's all done together. They constructed this whole thing. He's like, hey, dude, you're passing as Drake. I'm passing as Sean King. Let's fucking get together and collab and
make a rap album.
They made magic, dude.
Half R&B, half rap.
Yeah, no fucking.
Rachel Dozer does all our hair.
Yeah, right. Oh my god! Next thing you know, he's gonna interview Jack Harlow, and it's just gonna be some white guy who works at Supreme. It's like,
oh man.
It's like, all right,
this world is going crazy.
He's like, I picked him up. We just met at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was standing outside with a cup asking for money, and I thought, dude, Jack Harlow is so humble. I gotta have him on the show.
It's not him.
and it's just that guy, I think that'll be great. That'll be great. So one thing does give me hope where it's just like, you know what, if somebody that dumb can have that many subscribers, that gives us hope.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It does.
If somebody that bad at their job who's that high up can be that terrible, then that gives me
all of our
so
followers, all of you guys, you have a job. Just send our content to all of your friends.
Yeah,
and family,
please, because we need more subscribers than that guy.
No, but thank you. I also wanted to say that too, man. Thank you for everybody. Our views are going up.
They really are.
And our subscribers are going really up.
And I know we missed Monday's episode, but we're trying to be on the consistent tip. We just had a lot of things going on, and everything. But this is coming out right on time on Thursday, so we're all good.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys for actually commenting and hitting me up and stuff, and telling us how like the pod is doing good, and also for with the constructive criticism and stuff like that. We enjoy that type of shit because it just makes us better.
Yeah, no, it's
we don't
great.
take anything like as an insult, no. But if you feel something is off, I should do this, I should do that. We come together, we see, we talk about it. If we like it. If not, then fuck you guys. So that's it.
There you go. We
love y'all.
I agree with Manny. Be as mean as possible as you can online. Spread the hate. Take to Twitter if you have to.
That's it.
Just make sure us two hosts are as insecure as possible whenever we come in front of this camera.
That's right. I'll send the Scotch Brights after you.
Yeah, right. And on that note, I think we're all good, right?
Yeah. You got anything that you're doing? Want to plug in anything?
Yeah. As usual, guys. Every Sunday I got my show at Solas. No homework with me and John Alcabas. We have the best comedians in the city performing at Solas Bar. It's on 9th in between 2nd and 3rd in the East Village. So please come out to that. I also have a bi-weekly show at Seven Bridges in Park Slope. It's called Talk Your Shit Comedy.
Let's go.
It's a great time. We have about 4 comics, small amount of comics, longer time. It's 4 comedians. Everybody does 15. It's a great fucking show. We've been growing. It was a packed house last time, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy it once again. So please come out. Please support. It's always a good time. And both shows are free. And they have amazing drinks, and the drinks are always cheap and shit too. So it's going to be a great time. And please just make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share this podcast with your friends because a lot of people have been really liking the content we've been putting out, and we have been seeing things go up. We want things to go up even more. We want to hear from you guys. Yeah. We want you guys to actually comment on shit. We want to start discussions from your discussions.
Yeah.
The more you guys pour into this, the more fun it'll be. And we love you all. So please give us as much.
Twitter's, Instagrams.
Twitter, obviously, at Phil Risdon. Phil Risdon is spelled PhilRizdon. It's the same for both. So PHILRIZDON, and you can look me up on obviously the False Prophets podcast as well. I know.
He was like me from last week.
I know. False. That one's just False Prophets Pod, and follow me also Grove Street Comedy. That's just Grove Street Comedy.
Cool. Well, I'm not
On
a
Instagram.
comic, so I don't have any show coming up. But I am.
I got so many plugs,
so I might see you guys out there.
There you go.
I'm gonna get on stage. I am gonna get on stage.
Yeah,
I'm
do
working
it.
on some stuff.
Get it.
Just give me a solid 3 minutes.
Do some shit.
Yeah, laugh even if I suck. But yeah, guys, you can follow me on Instagram, Manny BK, and on Twitter, which I just made it. I need some followers and stuff like that. Is your boy Manny? YA _boy BOY_Manny. And other than that, we appreciate you guys. Again, like and subscribe. And this is the False Prophets Podcast.
There you go. See you later. Peace.